Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of the First Descendant running on PC.
얻고 싶은 게 있다면 대가를 지불해야지.
Really, I'm playing gun fusion. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not doing what I expect because I'm not playing the right mod. further reduce the hit points? Wow, that went by way faster. It's way faster than I was expecting.
Ah, damn it. Ah, just when I released the AoE, it zapped all my health.
벌써 쓰러진 난
면목이 없군. 죽어. 받아라. 죽어.
kind of sad that he's so easy now. Or, well, maybe not. Easy is not the right word, but he just goes down faster now. Didn't fix the other boss. That boss is just as annoying. If anything, he's more annoying because he zips around the screen so much.
받아라.
Yeah, this boss still has plenty of annoying health. Let's see. Let's do... Final Masterpiece? I don't know. Sort of doesn't really matter if you're... Well, let's see. If I want a stat stick for him, then... I mean, it's supposed to be Divine Punishment, but I don't necessarily know if that's really helping me at all. Cooldown modifier and defense stacks. Well, I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. It'll have to do for now, at least. It is specifically made for him. And in this mod, he does buff and heal allies. So, you know, theoretically, those abilities should activate fairly often.
여기는 하운드 액추얼. 모든 인원에게 전달한다. 보이드 폭풍 심화로 작전 환경이 좋지 않다. 주의해서 움직일 것. 이상.
월거스 특수비행체가 작전 지역 상공에 나타났다. 압수시켜.
죽어.
We're doing Yujin tonight. Or Ultimate Yujin, I should say. I haven't determined if he's like super duper good. I think he's very helpful to our party. Just because it's nice to have somebody that that would, you know, easily heal.
주변에 생명 반응이 감지되는 아르케 수용체가 있다.
So far, he's just all right. He's not super good, and it's not super bad. I have a feeling over the next couple weeks, we'll see some more adjustments to him. Doesn't seem like the audience has responded all that well to him, though. Not a whole ton of players are playing him.
죽어.
테타네미아스 아르케 전개 시작. 내가 오리지널이다.
It's just luck. I have a pretty good reactor and a pretty good ancient mod. Although technically, this is not like a completely maxed out character.
임무 종료. 수송기를 그쪽으로 보내겠다. 어서 귀환해.
I mean, I'm using particle conversion since we're doing ally enhancements mostly with Battlefield Medic. The Ancestor mod I have does range, fusion, and singular. Fusion is really only important for combat protocol, but I'm too lazy to try to make specific settings for both Transcendent mods. so it would be better if I had something that was like double singular or cooldown and range or something else. But I think these work out okay. And again, here, we're using singular, non-attribute, critical hit rate, critical damage, and then the annihilation set. That will help with MP recovery. Since we don't burn through a lot of MP that quickly, but we do burn through quite a bit during a playthrough. So that's why the cooldown times are the way they are. And then, I maxed out my range. Kind of makes sense for using his skills. Although you could max out the duration as well. Yeah, the mage set's really not bad. It just helps you manage your MP a little bit more. I wouldn't say that's a bad choice necessarily. But this is going to just help with the duration, obviously. And then if you ever do shoot your gun, which doesn't make sense for this mod, the other mod makes sense, but if you ever do shoot your gun, then you are getting a little bit of boost to your HP and your HP recovery and your MP recovery. So that does help quite a bit. And then the inversion reinforcement. This is just random stuff. There's like no one good set of options that you can pick in here. You really just pick what you like for the kind of playstyle you have. Like if you just want to barrel through the enemies, then maybe you're going to pick more pain suppression. Yeah, arch tuning is maxed out as well. And then I am using arch maximization. We're taking all of the enhanced skill power and all of the cooldown. I mean, the cooldown is very important because you want to be able to use your skills as much as you can. And he has very, very long cooldown times. How to max so quickly? In order to max the slots, I play basically the 400%. The 400%, in my experience, gives you the most character experience. So if you do a lot of your 400%, basically whatever is shown up here in the red. Not the evasions, right? But the operations hard, 400%. You'll level up your slots really quickly. You'll level up your character. Oh, arch tuning. Arch tuning. There's no way around it. Arch tuning. There's not like a fast way to do it, unfortunately. So all you can really do is play Sigma Sector, right? That's where you get the most arch tuning. And then if you happen to have arch tuning boosts, that's going to help you a lot. Yeah. Like I said, Sigma Sector gives you the most arch tuning. And then, if you have an arch tuning booster, then use that as well. I mean, it takes like, I would say, anywhere from 8 to 12 hours to get level 40. Right, so if you play an hour a day, that's 2 weeks that you're going to work on that. So it's going to be a little while, right? You're going to work on it for a while, but you'll get there. And then, of course, if you already have regular Eugen, like if you maxed out regular Eugen, then you're not starting over on your arch tuning, right? You're keeping all of that progress that you did from regular Eugen, and you're carrying that over to ultimate Eugen. So that would save you some time if you played regular Eugen before ultimate came out. Which is what I did. I played Ultimate Eugen quite a bit. Or sorry, I played regular Eugen quite a bit. And so I didn't have to start completely over. Yeah, and for the arch tuning, there's just without an item to boost you, there's really no other. There's nothing else you can do. There's no like quick and easy trick to do arcade tuning. Arcade tuning is just slow, just like weapon experience. It's just slow. Yeah, I mean, Combat Protocol is just okay to me. Again, not necessarily a bad version of him. But Battlefield Medic, I think it's just more useful. You still put up some respectable numbers too, so it's not like you're doing 0 damage. But you are providing everybody else with, you know, enemy debuffs and healing, you know, regenerating MP. I mean, all that stuff's pretty valuable if you're playing in a team. If you're just playing by yourself, like you're just playing single player, and you're not necessarily playing public games, then you know the combat mod. I think you can use that and still clear areas pretty well. But if you're playing in a party, then Battlefield Medic is better. Because I think when I've run both, I basically do about the same amount of damage. Yeah, Battlefield Medic is good for parties. Nobody hates it when Ultimate Union is playing Battlefield Medic. Plus, you're number 1 here. I mean, you're still doing like 2.2. You know, you're still doing like, you know, anywhere from like 1.6 to 2.2 million damage per enemy. So, you know, I mean, you're not a wimp. I mean, you're doing damage. You're just not doing as much damage as, you know, Serena or Glay or anything, but you're still doing a lot of damage. Plus, you launch the drone. And that gives everybody better range. It gives everybody better firearm attack. Right. You'll use your number 3, and that helps speed you up, so you can speed up your running speed, so you can keep up with everybody, especially those bunnies. And then this one, you know, you can reduce the elemental damage for everyone within a certain target range. So yeah, helpful stuff. As a combat protocol to me is just okay. Like I think if you want to play combat protocol, then pretty much you're just sticking to single player, because I don't think it's as useful in a party. And you know what? If you're playing single player, then you're probably playing Serena. If you want to clear everything as fast as possible. Serena or Bunny. Or, you know, maybe even Haley. Because she's doing pretty high damage and running pretty fast. But yeah, all the arcade tuning, the only boosters you get, or I mean, you have to kind of earn the boosters, right? You either get these boosters that are for, I don't know, like a day or an hour, and the only way to earn those is either through events, or you buy them here through Reina, right? And then you're gonna exchange them for all these high value relics, which you get in Sigma Sector. So see, I bought like a bunch of these for whenever I want to raise my character and get his arcade tuning up, his or her arcade tuning up. Yeah, Serena's really hard to play. It's a lot of reward for kind of a really troublesome character to play around with. Because she has, you know, her gun build is incredibly powerful. I mean, if you can get to grips with Serena's flying around and use her gun build, then you're wiping out. I mean, you're doing anywhere from 4 to 5 billion damage on a run. Easy. I mean, she's just the strongest Descendant, but she has trouble to play. Whereas you could just take it easy with Glay, and then just have infinite ammo and, you know, earn yourself a restored relic and do a respectable 2 billion damage. Yeah, Sigma Sector, you know, play that. And then, what do you earn nowadays for the Sigma Sector? High value relic. I want to say you get like five or six of these for every run, something like that. Serena. I don't like Serena either. I'd much rather play Haley. Well, I mean, I main Luna, so Luna's the one that I prefer to play as. But if I'm not playing Luna, then I'll play the new Haley build. You know, but if I'm playing any of the bosses, any of the intercept battles, then yeah, play Serena. She's gonna do the most damage.
작전 지역 도착 확인. 조심해서 진행하십시오. 벌거스 특수 비행체가 제 보급으로 멈춰 있습니다. 무방비로 노출됐어요. 격추를 부탁합니다.
I will say the kind of cool thing about the gun build combat protocol is the number ones that you shoot or the number twos that you shoot out. They behave a lot like Sharon's grenades, in that you shoot one and then it sort of chain reacts and kills all the enemies around it as well. So that is cool, and it does significant amount of damage. It's not zero. But you want to build a little bit more health if you're using combat protocol, since you are using your health to activate skills. Like I said, yeah, just use Battlefield Medic. It's way easier to play Battlefield Medic, and everybody appreciates you. Nobody's going to say no to getting their, MP refilled and their HP refilled.
임무 종료. 수송기를 그쪽으로 보내겠다.
Yeah, I see here I did a measly 48k. Not doing too much damage, but mainly because everybody else is also doing like a ton of damage as well. Luna's turret build is, I don't know, I think it's pretty simple. But again, it is a specialized build. So you build one for mobs, you build a profile for mobs, then you build a profile for a boss. Yes. So even if you're doing medic, right? Really, if you're doing medic, the most important thing is your cooldown. And your duration, but I also want to do some damage when I'm using medic.
대기 패턴으로 이동 중. 행운을 빕니다. 계승자.
Right, so when you're using your number one, you still want to do a fair amount of damage. I don't think you get as much benefit if you concentrate just on range
제 보급으로 멈춰
and
있습니다.
duration.
무방비로 노출됐어요. 격추를 부탁합니다.
꺼져.
And really, you want some damage if, for any of the bosses, you know, the mini bosses who are playing the regular levels. At least that's my opinion. I mean, yeah, you know, you could build it strictly for support, and then concentrate on just, you know, maybe not even do crit at all, and just worry about your range and duration. I think that's an okay way to approach it as well. But if I get surrounded by enemies, if we're playing something with a lot of dense enemies, then it's kind of important that you be able to do enough damage so that your
계승자 공중 지원이 대기 중이다.
so that your grenades can kill all the enemies around you.
지상제압을 시작하겠다.
Otherwise, it would just overwhelm you, and you'd have a hard time surviving. Like a lot of people will put out glass cannon builds for Ultimate Yujin, so you know maybe you have like 8,000 or 9,000 health, but I just find that you just die too fast. You die too fast and die too often if you only have that much health. And you know, you're not going to do anybody any good if you're just dead all the time. Especially since you're the healer. You know, the healer probably should try not to die.
임무 종료. 수송기를 그쪽으로 보내겠다.
And again here, right? So I did what 48k when I was playing Combat Protocol, and you know here I'm doing 308k playing the medic. Listen, he just puts up better numbers as the medic. But I do know people that have more fun playing the combat protocol. They like the combination of all the buffing and the debuffing of enemies, and just concentrating on whatever favorite gun they're using. So it's not like it's a bad build. It's just medic's the better build. That's all. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to Wall Crasher. Oh well. No Wall Crasher today. Let's just do one more run of this. Oh yeah, that sounds fine. I think you'll be able to use that in your build just fine. I mean, the good thing is your Ancestor mod, you're basically just taking away a slot. Like if you have cooldown on your Ancestor mod, then you don't have to have one more cooldown mod on your when you're building your character, right? So you can have potentially 3 mods that you save, depending on what kind of rolls you have on your Ancestor mod, or you can save that from your RK tuning. Like if you're getting a pretty good roll on your critical damage or your cooldown or your range, then you don't have to worry about that, making up for that in RK tuning, and you can spend your RK points elsewhere. It really is depending on how good your roll is, though. There's definitely a random element to the game. At least until they decide to make it a little less random, like they did with the reactors and the external components. You know, I think at some point in time we're going to see that system for the ancestor mods as well. But for right now, pure random, right? Pure random rolls. Pure random results. No way to increase them, you know, improve their performance or improve their ability. Yeah, but I always build my characters for public games. Number one, because a public game is harder. You know, I know it's not supposed to be the case. If you read the documentation, that they say if you have like a 4-player private match, that's supposed to be just as hard as a 4-player public match. But I've never found that to be the case. I've always found the enemies to be just significantly harder if you're playing a public game. Now, maybe that's because you never know what you're going to get from a public game. You never know who's going to join you and you know, what the party mix is going to be. But I just noticed that, that you just do significantly more damage in a private game than a public game. So you have to build your public character much different versus, you know, if you only play single player or you only play with friends. You just need way more health and way more shield. And the whole glass cannon build, I don't think it works that much anymore for the new levels. Especially this season. I mean, if you have a glass cannon build, I mean, you're going to be struggling. Most of these enemies will hit you once in a glass cannon build and you'll be done. Wait for somebody to revive you. Whereas here, you know, I can take a couple hits. Well, not like that. I can't take 3 of the AoEs, but I can take 1 of the AoEs and still live. Just not 3 at a time. That's a tall order. also get hit by this poison. I swear I just have the worst positioning luck. End up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Where are you, Rafael? I need to heal you. Got my number. Yeah, you know, $1 billion, not too bad. Not too bad for the healer. Okay, I'm exhausted, so why don't we stop it here? Yeah, well, here, let's switch our character just for a minute. Okay, we'll stop it there. This is meowmurai. You've been watching the First Descendant running on PC. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream. Go to bed. I'm exhausted.